How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Half of the people in Turkey now own crypto. Crypto adoption is on the rise in Turkey, according to a research survey conducted by KuCoin. Over the last year and a half, adoption has increased from 40% to 52% of the Turkish population. So a little more than half of all Turkish people own crypto. The growing number and percentage of crypto investors indicate an increasing interest and acceptance of crypto as a hedge against inflation, especially with the Turkish lira losing over 50% of its value against the US dollar, said a KuCoin representative. Robinhood becomes a major player in the Shiba Inu world with a surprising amount of SHIB tokens, so they're a real big whale. Robinhood has emerged as a significant player in the Shiba Inu world with an astonishing 34 trillion tokens, so that's a large number. I calculated it like a year and a half ago, and most whales held only about 7 million, so they're probably one of the biggest whales. Just 3 weeks ago, the company held around 20 trillion SHIB tokens, so that's a ramp up in 3 weeks of 14 trillion. Almost doubled their supply in almost a month. So that's good for SHIB and bad for SHIB at the same time. It's good because Robinhood allows a lot of new people to get into crypto and stocks, and it would allow them to buy SHIB. However, if Robinhood were to sell off and no one were to pick up that slack, it would be a massive selling pressure on SHIB as well. Upon further examination of Robinhood's wallets, it's evident the exchange holds 34 trillion Shiba Inu tokens in 3 main wallets right here if you would like to see them. So, onto the markets. We are kind of indecisive on our total. We tried to retest and we kind of bounced back down. Didn't really go anywhere. We flash screened a second ago, so very indecisive. We'll go real micro with the 2 hour real quick, even though we normally don't. We have been in a bit of a downtrend where we stair step up, drop down, stair step up, drop down, so just be careful. The stair step up could be setting us up for another drop down. Our money flow is still bearish, but is starting to come up. VWAP's trying to go bullish, our momentum's trying to come up. So we do have a few bullish signs. We do have a slight uptrend, but watch out if we form an up channel under this bear flag, because an up channel is a bearish pattern, so a bearish pattern after a bearish pattern could help that breakdown happen. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we're a little flat here. Our stochastic's starting to roll over a little bit. RSI is pretty flat, wants to go up even though the stochastic's coming down, so they're at odds right now. Our VWAP is pretty flat under the bearish territory. Our money flow is maintaining bearish strength. We are getting a lower high currently, so if we roll over, we could see a lower low, and that would be a bearish trend forming. Our momentum is starting to come out, so overall we do have some sell pressure that could happen if we don't get some strong green candles. Over on Bitcoin futures, we have a little bit of a gap again, so nothing too exciting. Believe we made this gap with last night's video, so we're pretty much about to close that gap. Our stochastic is push away from that gap and confirm it rather. Don't know why the candle time is not showing up right now. That's weird. Stochastic is pushing down, RSI is pushing down, our VWAP has broken in the bearish territory, our money flow is overall trending out, and our momentum is coming down with that red X that we've been warning about as our VWAP has broken bearish. Sorry, gotta roll my sleeves up. Got my Reaper apparel shirt on today. It's one of the long sleeves and it's a little warm out today, so kind of bad choice to make right now. But if you want one, go click the link in the middle of our links down below. Hit that Discord link while you're at, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see our content daily. Over on our flag, for Bitcoin, we are trying to push above it, but we did somewhat reject. So if we get a red candle tomorrow, that could confirm a bearish trend. Our stochastic's starting to come out, RSI is pretty flat, our VWAP's pretty flat in the bearish territory, our money flow is in a bearish trend. Our momentum is coming out as well, so keep an eye on that. Also, if you want to be in the Discord, you see the 65 alerts. Those are trading alerts that we have for our Discord members. It may become exclusive to certain members at some point. But if you join now, you will get that and you will not be subject to that exclusivity. Our stochastic is running up, our RSI is coming up, our VWAP is trending up, and our momentum's trying to come up. So we are trying to push forward here. We are trying to break our resistance. So if we can get another green candle with strength, we could see a push through. Over on the 2 hour, let's see how we're looking. Somewhat of a bull flag here, as we did push up and we are going pretty flat. It is a slight uptrend too, so I would be a little 50-50 on. Our stochastic's looking like it's weakening. We do have a bullish cross, but that could be short-lived if we're not careful. Our RSI is starting to curl away despite the stochastic being strong, and our VWAP's getting lower highs and starting to roll away. Our money flow is starting to kind of curl off, so these could all be indicators that we could get pushed down and open with a red candle for the next candle if we don't break right here. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic starting to round off, RSI is pushing up, our momentum is making lower highs even though price is making higher highs, so that's a little bit of a bearish divergence forming. Our VWAP is pretty flat, and our money flow is trying to trend up, so if the money flow can continue up and the VWAP stays flat above the neutral, we could get some bullish strength if the VWAP pushes forward when the money flow breaks through that neutral. However, if our money flow rejects here like it has before downwards, we could see another leg down. Over on the daily for graph, we have a small green candle, nothing too good. Stochastic's pushing down, RSI is trying to round up, our VWAP is going pretty flat. Our money flow is in a bearish trend still, but it's trying to head up. Our momentum is coming down still from that red dot, so overall we're a little indecisive. We are trying to make some of a retest, but it's not really going too far. That's pretty consistent for the night. Over on the 4 hour, we have a red hammer candle that could bring us down if we don't get a strong green candle soon. Our stochastic is running up. If you want to see what those candles are, join the Discord and get them resources. We also have a new one at the request of one of our members, so it's members like that help us grow and make ourselves better. So if you want to help join the community and help us all grow, just click that link down below. RSI is trying to curl up, our money flow is trying to come up, our VWAP is pretty flat but it's in the bullish territory, so we are trying to get a little bit of bullish momentum here. Again, if that VWAP can sustain and the money flow can break bullish, that could propel us forward. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic is running up, our RSI is trying to push up but starting to round out, so keep an eye on that as that could set up some bearish strength. We do have a possibility for an ascending triangle here. An ascending triangle is a rising pattern that would push us against this resistance. Our money flow does want to come up, our momentum wants to come up, and our VWAP wants to come up, so we do have some hope for a push up. But again, that push up would possibly just be a retest. If that retest gets rejected, we would see lower price action. Over on the 1 hour, we have a reversal arrow here that wants to push us up. We are in a bit of a flat trend, so it wants to break that trend and push us higher. Our stochastic's starting to roll away, RSI is starting to come down. Our momentum's pretty flat, our VWAP is overall losing strength and starting to curl out, and our money flow is starting to reject away from neutral, so we could be set up to come down and see another leg down. Over on Anchor for the daily, nothing too exciting, really pretty flat. Stochastic's coming down pretty harsh though. RSI is pretty flat, losing some steam. Our money flow is coming out. Our VWAP is pushing up slightly but not too strong. Our momentum is coming out, so overall we could be set up to see lower price action. Over on the 4 hour here, we are trying to push up slightly. We do have this hammer candle, but we are opening with a red candle. If we get another red candle, this hammer candle would be invalidated, and that would invalidate this bottoming pattern. Again, visit our Discord links. Our VWAP is trying to push up, our RSI is losing steam, but our stochastic's trying to gain strength. If the stochastic can push up and the RSI can rebound, we may be able to see some upwards momentum. However, if we keep pushing down from here, that may be short-lived for the stochastic rise and it could start to fall. Our VWAP is a little iffy and our money flow is in a bearish trend. Our momentum does want to come up, but with that VWAP looking iffy, it could get rejected here. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic is pretty flat in the bullish territory. Our RSI is trying to come up. Our VWAP is losing some steam. Our money flow is trying to head up slightly. And our momentum is trying to come up as a result of that VWAP maintaining bullish strength. If the VWAP continues to taper off though, our money flow could be in a short-lived bull trend and it could start to roll over, so just be careful. We do have an upper gap right around that 19-cent area, or 1.9 cent area. So keep that in mind. That could bring us up, propel us forward, but that's not guaranteed to happen anytime right now. Look at the gaps on our futures for Bitcoin. Our stochastic is overall making a bearish divergence as it's pushing lower with price coming up. Our RSI wants to come up, our momentum's starting to round off, and our VWAP is coming down. We also have resources to help you identify divergences. Our money flow is trending up. It wants to come toward that neutral, so if it breaks through the neutral, we could get bullish strength, but our VWAP is going to need to maintain its bullish strength if we're going to pump forward. Over on XRP for the daily, not too great for any kind of move today. Algo's actually an outperformer today. Stochastic is pushing down, RSI is pushing down, VWAP's pretty flat, our money flow is coming out, and our momentum is rounding away. So we're pretty flat, we got a retest pretty much like everything else, so not too much different. If you look, we came up, tried to retest this flag, and we're kind of pushing flat. If we continue flat from here, we could make a flag under the flag or some sort of other bearish pattern that could drop us down. Our stochastic wants to head up, our RSI wants to head up, but the VWAP is starting to head out. Our money flow is starting to head out as well, so if the money flow keeps up a bearish pattern, it could start to pull away. Our momentum does want to come up, but if that VWAP starts to roll away, that momentum's likely to come back down with it. Over on the 2 hour here, we are kind of just zigzagging around. We might have an ascending triangle here forming, kind of like I believe it was graph, that could push us toward this resistance right around that 50-cent zone, push us for a retest, kind of like graph could. But if we don't get a push through, strong push through, a retest and a bounce, then we may just reject back down. Our VWAP is heading up, RSI is coming up, and our stochastic wants to make a bullish cross. Our momentum is trying to come up overall. It has a green dot as our VWAP's heading up. Just be wary, if the VWAP rolls over here like it has before, we could set lower lows on it or lower highs on it, and then this green dot could be short-lived and we could just roll over. Over on the 1 hour, we are getting a reversal arrow that wants to push us up, so we'll have to see if that can continue. We have a bullish divergence on our momentum. Our money flow is trying to come up, slight bullish trend on it. Our VWAP is trying to head up. It's in the bullish territory. It's kind of flattening out though, so be a little weary. Our momentum is trying to come up, and our stochastic is trying to run up. Our RSI is kind of losing strength, even though the stochastic's trying to push up. So that's a little odd. Keep an eye on that RSI. If it loses strength, we could start to roll over. Over on Algo for the daily, we are pushing back into our flag, so that may be indicative of what the rest of the market could do. We may see the rest of the market rebound. We'll have to be watchful of how tomorrow's candle closes. Our stochastic is starting to kind of round up. Our RSI wants to round up, our VWAP's trying to push up, and the money flow's trying to come back up. Our momentum is coming out, but it wants to round up as our VWAP's trying to push up, so we could get a bullish trend here if we see some continued green candles. That could push us higher, and we could hit our value area low for a retest. Oops, wrong button there. Over on the 4 hours, stochastic starting to round off. Our RSI wants to come up, our VWAP's trying to trend up, and our money flow is coming up. Our momentum wants to come up too, as our VWAP's looking pretty strong, so we do look decent here, but we are likely to get a retest. So watch out if we break down through that retest. If we do, we're likely to see lower price action. Our stochastic's trying to push up with our RSI. Our momentum is starting to come up as our VWAP's maintaining bullish strength, but it is starting to round, so keep an eye on it. The money flow is slightly bullish as well, but it does look like it's in jeopardy of pushing bearish. If the VWAP and money flow go bearish, we're likely to get another leg down. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic starting to round off, our RSI is starting to round off, momentum starting to kind of round out, and our VWAP starting to push down. The money flow is in a bullish trend, but that's coming down as well, so if it breaks this like 14 zone, we could be in for another leg down, and we could break this flag again. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Again, hit the likes, the thumbs up, and join us with that Discord link.